Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad you're here. Please remember to subscribe and share. Maybe you know someone who's suffering coercive control or their children are suffering it too. And because of that, we can really offer them a lifeline. We can give them the support they need to know that they're not alone, to know that there's a world of people, unfortunately, suffering this, particularly when it comes to the family court system. And so, what I really wanted to highlight today, and I promised to do it after my last one, is this idea of therapy. So, really understanding that oftentimes when children are forced into therapy, they are also forced to go to therapy with a false narrative. And so, certainly they may have been told horrible things about the protective, safe parent, and then they go to therapy and then they have to say those horrible things. And it's a trap because therapists sometimes affirm that child's perspective rather than really understanding that there might be some relationship dynamics between both parents that are causing the child to say these things. And if that's the case, if that's really the case of what's going on in this child's life, wow, that's opening up a whole other ball of wax, right? It's going to create all kinds of problems because that may mean we have to confront an abuser, right? And so it puts us in a tricky predicament as a therapist. But we can teach children that they have critical thinking, that they can determine whether or not what they've heard is true. Where did they get the idea that their mother or father yells all the time? Where did that come from, right? Is it something they were told or an experience? Have they maybe in some ways made bigger deals out of smaller issues because that's what the abusive parent wants them to believe? So remember, therapy can be good. It can also be a trap for your child. And by making them go, we almost force them to say horrible things. And when we force them to say horrible things, what ends up happening is it builds up their own shame. And they are really uncomfortable with having to do this. They don't want to do this. So the less that we make them do this, the better off it is for them. I really want to highlight that. And I will talk about that in our next YouTube episode. I'm going to talk about the ways that some of our behaviors can actually make our child behave in a way that identifies more with an aggressor. It's not our intent, but it can happen readily. Our goal is to relieve them of any shame. We have to do that because the abuser is inflicting them with tons of shame. I hope that's helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye.